Caitlin kind of crashes out on the ref at USA Basketball.
Yes.
You guys know I would crash out on refs a lot. One thing Gino told us at USA Basketball, he said, listen, you guys are going to go out here and win gold for your country. He's like, you're not going to have all the endorsements like the men. And we didn't. But he said, you go out there and you win gold for your country anyway. And we were like, yeah, let's go win gold. They have that now. They will be on the Wheaties box. Caitlin, it probably was a bad call. But right now, you're going to be on the Wheaties box. Who cares if they miss one? You're wearing USA in your chest. It's a bigger stage. The whole world is watching. Kind of be like, okay. Give a little shrug. I'm like, I'm going to get this next one.
That is really interesting. I had not even considered it that way. My initial reaction was like, well, all is well in women's basketball. Caitlin's fired up. Like, you know, Caitlin's crashing out. That's part of it.
This just changed everything. What started as quiet negotiations behind closed doors has now exploded into one of the most controversial moments in WNBA history. Because according to a growing wave of reports, Caitlin Clark's agent has had enough. And now, everything the league tried to keep under wraps is starting to come out. For months, fans have been asking the same question. How can the biggest star in women's basketball, the player driving record ratings, ticket sales, and national attention, still be caught in a system that doesn't reflect her value? And now we might finally have an answer. Because behind the scenes, tensions between players, the union, and league leadership have been building, quietly, strategically, until now. According to insiders, Caitlin Clark's representation recently pushed back hard during ongoing discussions involving the WNBPA. Not just about salary, but about structure, fairness, and control. And that's where things get explosive. Because the claims being whispered right now, they don't just question the system, they challenge the entire foundation of how the league operates. We're talking about revenue distribution, player compensation limits, star player restrictions, and the real power of the players' union. And here's the part nobody expected. Instead of protecting its biggest draw, some believe the system is actually holding her back. Now again, let's be clear. There is no official public statement confirming that Caitlin Clark's agent has exposed everything. But the sudden shift in tone, the leaks, the reactions from insiders, they're all pointing to one thing. Something serious is happening behind the scenes, and fans are starting to notice. Social media is already in meltdown. Some are accusing the union of failing its biggest star. Others are defending the WNBPA, saying this is about fairness for all players, not just one. But here's the reality. When one player changes the economics of an entire league, everything gets complicated. Because Caitlin Clark isn't just another rookie, she's a movement. Every sold-out arena, every record-breaking broadcast, every viral moment, it all adds pressure. Pressure on the league, pressure on the union, and pressure on every decision being made behind closed doors. So when her agent steps in, it's not small, it's not routine, it's a warning. A warning that the current system may not hold. And if negotiations break down, we could be looking at something much bigger than contract drama. We could be looking at a player standoff, a major CBA dispute, or even a shift that changes the future of the WNBA forever. Because once these conversations go public, there's no going back. And if what's being suggested is even partially true, then this situation, it's just getting started. So now the question is, will the league respond? Will the union push back? Or will this become the moment everything finally breaks open? One thing is certain, the silence is gone.
Caitlin Clark just made her home debut for the Indiana Fever in front of a sold-out crowd, but one of the best teams in the WNBA, led by the reigning MVP, gave her a welcome to the league moment. We made it out to the Indiana Fever's home opener with hopes of a Caitlin Clark masterclass. Now, Caitlin definitely showed flashes of greatness. She was dishing out some nice dimes to her teammates and had a couple of nice buckets in this game. It was very cool to see a signature Caitlin Clark step-back three in person. But the New York Liberty were flat out too dominant on both ends of the court. Sabrina Ionescu showed off her nice touch around the rim and was knocking down the tray ball. But the star of the show in this game was reigning WNBA MVP Breanna Stewart. Stewie was cooking in this game right from the jump. Her mid-range was flat out unstoppable. Stewie finished with a monster 31-point double-double, and the Liberty win this game by 36. Give Caitlin Clark some time. It won't be much longer for her to find her groove at the next level.
WNBA players just got a big raise. In fact, they got a nearly 400% increase in average salary. That's the biggest jump in U.S. sports history. How much will the players be earning in the season that starts May 8th? On average, $584,000. That's more than the average for a lawyer, an airline pilot, a Walmart manager, and a general surgeon. But salaries in the 30-year-old WNBA still lag far behind those in the much older NBA. Those players average about $5 million. At the top end, the gap is bigger still. The highest salaries in the WNBA will be about $1.4 million this season. Meanwhile, in the NBA, Steph Curry makes about $60 million. 2 years ago, fans were shocked to learn that WNBA #1 draft pick Caitlin Clark would only make about $76,000. But here's a mind-bending fact. Under the new deal, the lowest paid WNBA player will get about $300,000. That's more than the highest salary across the entire league last season.
Y'all, I really didn't want to do another commentary on the WNBA, but then they went out there in these stupid shirts, and well, here I go. Those shirts, one of their mothers probably pumped out on her cricket machine. Well, they're cute and all, but I'm not so sure getting paid what they are owed is the road they really want to be skipping down. With the help of Grok AI, well, the numbers don't lie. If these WNBA players were paid what they are owed or worth, well, they'd owe about $250K each. Ouch. WNBA games in 2024 averaged about 9,800 fans per game during the regular season. And yeah, that's thousands higher than 2023. But when you consider the friggin' Savannah Bananas are selling out full stadiums night after night, Also, like to point out the Savannah Bananas have more Instagram followers than the entire WNBA, despite being founded in 2016. And look, honestly, good for the WNBA that it's getting more attention in the last 2 years due to two groups of people, Caitlin Clark fans and fans of watching Caitlin Clark get beat up. But you know what? I actually watched a WNBA game the other day, not by choice, but because it was playing on the ABC station at my nail salon. And oof, if I didn't see the WNBA logo, I would have thought it was maybe high school JV. It was really that bad. But still, even though it's not my cup of tea, I hope they continue to thrive and grow, and good for them. But wearing these corny shirts and making these demands, plus the bitching and ungrateful behavior surrounding their less than desirable expansion cities, I think these gals are getting a little or a lot too big for their britches. And as a woman, I honestly find it annoying because they're playing right into the worst stereotypes of women and female athletes, that our gender is entitled and whiny and emotional and catty and demanding and needy. So thanks a lot, WNBA.